Interest rates are going crazy with Russia infiltrating Ukraine, cost of living crisis, inflation going crazy. Let's cut the crap. Is now really a good time to invest in the UK property market? Well, change actually equals opportunity. It's just often we don't know where that opportunity is. So before we jump into what it is, let's look at the general trends that have been going on. And COVID was the trigger, if you like, that caused a lot of different things. So you think, well, yeah, we had lockdown and we had all these issues going on. Well, yeah, but they actually caused a lot more. So that lockdown, what that did is shut off demand completely because we factually couldn't buy property. Solicitors were at home with their families trying to work their best, and they really did try their best. Estate agents legally had to lock down. If you remember, it was 3 months of a complete lockdown. You could go for a daily walk if you were lucky, right? And all of this meant that the supply chain was broken, but the demand was flatlined, absolutely flatlined. And then suddenly there's this big influx. And then it's buy. And then, of course, we had things like B bills and C bills. If you don't know what that is, especially B bills, the government basically just said, hey, we will give you up to 50 grand if you've pretty much got a company. There's some bits around it, but we won't keep you liable to it. So just have 50 grand and help your business grow. As long as you say it's for growth, have 50 grand. And I know people that went, well, I've got 8 companies sat there doing nothing. Yeah, I'll turn over X amount. Give me 50 grand per company. What happens when you give most people money? Like, honestly, think about your own behavior. Now, I can pretty much guarantee if you earn 30 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, well, to be fair, you're probably different being on an investment channel, right? But most people, when you earn more money, you don't really save more money. What do? You get a nicer house, you get a nicer car, you spend more money. And so what do people do when you suddenly get 50 grand in your bank account? You might go, tell you what, I'll use 40 grand at that for a nice little investment, and I'll spend, I deserve a treat. I deserve a treat, right? I'll go on a holiday, I'll buy a laptop, I'll buy an iPad. Apple did very bloody well through COVID, right? Everyone needed an Apple upgrade straight away. So we spend more money, but then we had to create that money in the first place. And this is where something called quantitative easing comes in. What is quantitative easing? Well, we would call it fraud. The government calls it quantitative easing. So imagine you just going, do you know what I need? Some more fucking money. It's all right, just go print some off. It's not a problem. Now you think, oh, he's joking around. No, that is literally what happens, right? Nowadays, it's not so much the printing, it's more a bit of ones and zeros and coding. But that is what quantitative easing is. The country needs more money. Tell you what we'll do is we'll get some bonds. That's what we'll do. We'll call them bonds, and then people can buy them. But what we'll do is we'll print a load of money first, give it to the fuckers, and then we'll give them an opportunity to buy some bonds with the money that we just printed. That's fraud. Right? But on a country level, that is looking after the people. Nice job, Rishi. So what happens then is we've got this flood of money. Now that we can spend, now there's insatiable demand. And because of everything flatlined, we can't keep up with the supply. Problem, right? So we have something called inflation. Inflation is the devaluation of the pound, i.e. your pound is less valuable. And the reason for that is because things are becoming more expensive, so your pound buys less. All good? Target inflation is 2% a year. So some growth is good. 2% a year. We have been above 10% and it's now coming down. And that's quite important with what I'm about to say. So it has to come back down because too much inflation is crippling. Put yes in the comments if you felt the strain, okay, in some way through inflation over the last couple of years, because I definitely have, and I'm sure you have too. So one of the key ways that we combat this is by increasing the interest rate. So you might have seen that Bank of England has increased it. Currently at the time of filming, it's 5.25% base rate by the Bank of England. And one of them is controlled, the other is not, i.e. inflation is an outcome. Nobody's going, right, we'll have 5% inflation this year, but we do dictate what it is and the interest rates. So we deliberately increase the interest rates to make it harder for everyone to buy something. Think about it. Most businesses facilitate their growth from debt. You buy property with debt, and so by increasing the cost of that debt, it makes you think twice. And actually, eventually you go, might be worth just keeping some money in the bank and saving. So we spend less, it cools off the demand, inflation then stabilizes and comes down. Hopefully I've explained that in a way that we can all understand. But actually there's a secondary consequence of that within property, and it's really, really positive. So what happens on the purchase side is we will see a loss in demand. So in May 2023, for example, the UK property market dropped by 0.4%. Now, if that happens in growth, by the way, 0.4% a month, that's just very standard. Nobody talks about it. And yet, go back and look at the media in May of 2023 and see what they were saying. Property's crashing around us. Oh my God, we're going to lose everything. Ah! Now, it has put some strain, for sure. It really has to put some strain in, especially with the cash flow if you've had mortgages come up. I don't want to make a joke out of that because it is a strain. But what happens is most people get scared, and you might have heard this quote, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. Well, right now, people are fearful. So if you're one of the 5%, and I'm going to make the assumption you are because you're watching this channel, now's the time to be greedy. Because what this does is you've got two options. You can negotiate better prices in some of the lower value areas, and if you've only got 30, 40 grand, you might have to go to those lower value areas. And that's great. Give it a bit of a discount, all of that. It's not really what I'm interested in, because I'm not really interested in getting 5, 10, 15 grand off a property. For what I'm looking for is access to the best areas. These are areas that over the last couple of years, we at Aspire, we've just not been able to get access to without paying 20, 30, 50 grand above the market value. What? Seriously? And people were paying and paying and paying because money's cheap. And the government does a lot to help sell the existing stock, but doesn't do a lot to help there be new stock. So for example, this year, we were targeting 300,000 new homes. We hit 233,000. So some consequences of this new opportunity is those areas become available. And you might think, well, short-term pain. And it is short-term pain. We are going to suffer for 6 months. But I want to take full advantage of what's coming next. So you might think, okay, what's coming next? Well, first of all, Barratt Homes, one of the biggest developers in the UK, have confirmed that they are dropping their supply production by 20%. Just think logically, we're already underperforming by 70,000 homes a year. That is 25%-ish. So we're already underperforming. We already have a massive undersupply. And now one of the biggest providers is confirming they're going to provide 20% less. Think about that. So demand drops a little, supply drops a lot. We already don't have enough. Also, the benefit most people don't think about, and it's horrible this, but it's the reality of the commercial investment. If less people are able to buy, then more people have to rent. There's already a drastic undersupply of property in the rental sector. We currently have a 99% occupancy rate. That's not me, that's the whole of the UK. Is 99% filled on buy-to-let properties. Only 1%. That's just not good for people. And I'm saying it like that because it's great for me as an investor, but as a human being, it feels really shit sometimes. But what happens is because of that increased pressure, rents go up. And because of the increased cost of facilitating a rent, rents go up. And being blunt about it, when those interest rates go down, when the production goes up, when do you see it that landlords go, hey, I'm making another £200-300 profit, I'll now drop my rents? No. And being honest, I'm not blaming you. I'm not going to either. It's just the way the world is. And so people are scared that actually for those of us that are ready to attack, the opportunity is now. Now, I like keeping these videos ideally below 15 minutes. I feel I could talk for hours, but the thing is, I was going to talk about financial considerations. You need to get your personal situation in line. And I thought, you know what? instead of trying to do that in a broad stroke sense, which will be so unique, instead what I thought I'd do is offer up some free one-to-one strategy sessions. Now, I can't do this for everyone on the channel. There's thousands of you on here. I'm very blessed to have over 90,000 subscribers, hopefully almost 100,000 by the time you're watching this. I doubt it. But if you are watching and you want to subscribe, it will help me out a lot if you hit that subscribe. It's also a measurement of how much value you got from this video. And what I want to offer you guys is a free one-to-one strategy session. Now, the selfless part of this is you will get a personalized strategic approach of how you can take advantage of this opportunity right now. The benefit for me is by the end of that one-to-one phone call, I'll be able to decide, my team will be able to decide, can we actually help you by helping you build that property portfolio, and we make some money from that. So it's a win-win situation. I can't do that for everyone. It's only for you if you've got 100,000 or more to invest. If that is you and you want to have that free strategy session, put APG in the comments now. That stands for Aspire Property Group. APG in the comments right now, or click the link and fill in your details. I'll put it in the description or link it in a comment and pin it to the top. Let me know if you did get some value from this video. I think it genuinely is one of the best opportunities. I've been investing for about 10 years, and this is the best opportunity that I've ever seen. It's just most people don't feel that. And actually, every single person that's ever invested with me has said, I wish I started sooner. Whether that's 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. Well, unfortunately, we can't go back in time, but you can make a decision today that's going to impact the you of tomorrow. I hope this has been valuable. It's kind of a unique video, but I love giving my insights. I hope that the value that I perceive has actually added value to you. If it has and you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel grow. If you really got value from this and you think it would help people in your life, just hit the share button, share it on your portal, share it on Facebook, whatever it is. It really helps the channel grow. And hey, tap the like button and I'll see you in the next video.